Hi, so my name is Glenna Donovan, and today I am going to be kind of modeling a lesson that I use within my classroom that kind of helps teach syntax. And I use this lesson a lot within my classroom, and it's a way of teaching students how to take, kind of simple sentences and make them more complex by adding descriptors to kind of, just spice up the sentence. So the activity that I'm going to be talking about is called masterpiece sentences. In my classroom, we do not call them masterpiece sentences. We actually call them hot tamale sentences because you spice up a, kind of generic sentence and make it a little more interesting for the reader. And this will also allow, students to learn how, sentences are formed and how they can be morphed and manipulated to still convey the same meaning, but just have a different structure. So I'm going to go through really quickly and say how masterpiece sentences work, and then I will model for you doing an actual masterpiece sentence. So to start with any masterpiece sentence, you need a lot of sticky notes. And sadly, as you can see, I'm not in the classroom. I do not have many colored sticky notes. So usually I would have different colors, and we'd use the different colors for maybe different types of words, such as adjectives being yellow and, nouns being blue. But because I don't have those, we're going to be just doing it all in one. And you need a lot of them, a lot of sticky notes. Then you just need to get some kind of like interesting photo that we'll get to in a little bit. And you start off by, as a class, identifying one actor, or like a who, a noun kind of thing, and one action, like what's happening, the verb of a sentence. So, and then from there, I'll go through the lists of clues that we start going through. We just start adding descriptors from there. So some of the descriptors that we start adding is just, like the basics, where, who, what, when is this, that we start adding detail to the sentence. And then you can go on to some more details that you can add, like the color, the size, the shape, all that fun stuff. So just like I said, I'm going to model how this would work and how you can rearrange the sentence. So what you would do is you would show one picture. So if you look at this picture, you can kind of see it closer. And as a class, we come up with the actor or the who, and maybe for this picture, we would say like a hamster. And you would write hamster on a sticky note. And then you would place that like on your desk, and as I don't have a desk, I'll just place it on like a clipboard, like so. And then you would have to do the action, and I would say like maybe hamster and hid. So hid would be written on a new sticky note, and you would just place that on your desk. And then you just start adding those descriptors of like, maybe we could start off where. Well, the hamster hid in a cup. So you would write in a cup. Take that sticky note and just place it down. Hamster hid. I usually have the kids start trying to form a sentence kind of quickly. Maybe another descriptor you could say is, color or something. So you could be like yellow. And then you talk about, well, since this is kind of describing the noun, where would you put it? Probably before the noun in the sentence. So maybe the yellow, let me put it down. The yellow hamster hid in a cup. Oops, sorry, my sticky note fell. But then you start just keep adding and adding these descriptors until you get a full sentence. And they're all, the words are on these little sticky notes. And you just start manipulating them and moving them until you form a sentence. And then you can start talking about, like, does it make sense to say yellow hamster hid or something Well, no, then you start talking about determiners and adding in maybe like the yellow hamster hid. So that's just a brief one. Now I'll model again, just another picture, you know, and how it could be used, and I'll model the full one for you. So again, looking at this picture, we kind of think about it. Well, what's the actor? And maybe we could say dog. We'd write that on our sticky note, and we'd place it down on our board. And then maybe what's the action? Well, he crashed, you know. Once you write that down, you just put it on the board. And then, you know, maybe what does the dog do that he crashed, you know, going off of this? Well, maybe what's the dog doing? He's skateboarding. So you could say a skateboarding. Once you finish that, you talk about where you maybe want to put it, like before the dog, so the skateboarding dog. Where did he crash? Well, he crashed in the bushes, so in the bush. If I had more space, I'd be putting them straight in a line. And then just going through and adding those determiners that help it. And you can make this even more complex in the sentences by doing more descriptions. You can start doing signal words with ands and combining two ideas into sentences. Another thing that I do is, I mean, these are fun, funky little ones that definitely spark a laugh in the classroom. But you can integrate content material that maybe like from a story that you're reading into it as well. And it's a very fun and interactive way for kids to be moving words and seeing how placing them in different places in the sentences can change, you know, the sentence around but still hold meaning. Or it could, if you move it around too much, it could totally change the meaning, but be a correct sentence. My kids really like to do this. I start this as usually in small groups and we'll do it together as a small group because I really think they need to have a solid understanding of writing one word down at a time and moving it and placing it in order and forming a complete thought. And then as they get better at that, you know, groups of students can do it, and then pairs of students can do it, and then single students can do it. Then we can go to whole class where, again, I can divide kids up to create, you know, masterpiece or hot tamale sentences. But the kids really buy into it when you get those funny pictures or where they have a connection to the material that's sparking the picture. So yeah, this is a really fun way to teach different sentence structures and syntax in the classroom. So I hope that maybe you can adapt this lesson to use it in your own classroom. All right, goodbye.